Honey, when I'm above the trees, I see it for what it is. It's Taylor Swift. I'm still on her in 2021.
He's such an upstager. I had to give Whitney Houston. And y'all know Taylor Swift surpassed Whitney Houston for having the most Hot 100 entries on the Billboard charts.
I can believe it.
Crazy. But y'all see how I sang Whitney and he wanted to upstage me and give a little Taylor. What's up, everybody? I'm your boy Camarray.
And I'm Zaiah, and this is the Music Report Card, where albums are reviewed based on the vocals, lyrics,
the production, and the Sonic 5.
All right, today we are going to be reviewing YSL's new album.
Young Thug, you know what I'm saying, Gunna, you know what I'm saying, all the hip-hop mumble rappers of the ATL and all in the South, you know what I'm saying? We coming through with the review for you. Okay.
All right, for those of you who don't know what YSL stands for, it stands for Young Stoner Life.
Baby.
And this is Slime Language 2.
Okay.
Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, comment, and share this video with everyone.
That's right. Okay, we're coming to your house with YSL in them. Okay, we pulling up.
Pull up. YSL is an American record label started by rapper Young Thug in partnership with 300 and Atlantic Records. Outside of Young Thug, the label's first official signee was Gunna. Since then, the label has grown exponentially, signing over 15 artists including YTB Trench, Carlay, Dolly White, Lil Keed, and Young Jordan.
The roster released its first compilation album, Slime Language, in August 2018 to moderate success. Now, the collective is back with their new project, Slime Language 2, featuring collaborations from Drake, Big Sean, and Travis Scott. And now we are going to review it. But first, before we do, we have to shout out all of the artists. There's like 29,000 of them. We're gonna
21 of them.
Yes, with a wonderful salute, a nice shot of water. That has been blessed by the good Lord Jesus.
Hallelujah.
And we're gonna shout it out for YSL, Young Thug, Gunna, and all the other rappers. All right.
All right.
So to y'all. I said, someone I head. I'm gonna give me the head. I'm gonna give me the dreads. I wanna give me the dead.
All right, so let's get into the review. I'm gonna dive straight into my first favorite, which is Real featuring Umfunk.
Beats on the track, boy. I asked my ex why she lied to me. She told me, Umfunk, why you play me? I told her, bitch, please stop lying. Hey, check the roadie, bitch, it's my time. It's slime on to the death of me. Don't say you love me if you won't give for me.
Hey.
I see my haters
I forgot how to play the air guitar.
Heaven told me I'm in top 5.
Yeah, so I just really love the vibes of that song overall. I love how the intro comes in with that guitar and then this rap beat comes in over top of it. I love just the fusion of those two sounds together. And I really just love his voice in general. The passion, you can feel it, you can hear the rasp. Make sure y'all go back, listen to that, and feel it differently than what you're hearing it through this audio right now. And tell me what you think about it in the comments.
All right, well, my first favorite song, it says Como Te Llama. I didn't grow up in the Spanish people's class with Miss Jorge and them, but I want y'all to please take a listen to Como Te Llama. Te Llama. I think it's Como Te Llama. Llama, Hama. Just listen to the song, y'all.
Hey, how you doing? I just wanna know your name. Hey, how you doing? I just wanna know your name. Hey, how you doing? I just wanna know your name. Hey, how you doing? I just wanna know your name. Hey, how you doing? I just wanna know your name. Hey, how you doing? I just wanna know your name. Come on, Te Llama, I just wanna know your name. Come on, Te Llama, I just wanna know your name. Come on, Te Llama, I just wanna know your name. Come on, Te Llama, I just wanna know your name. Come on, Te Llama, I just wanna know your name. Come on, Te Llama, I just
Hello, my name is Camarray. Okay, that is what the song is giving me. It is very, very catchy. I think the song is very, very much a bop. It makes you like I can see, drinks in a club and come on, I think I'm just wanna know your name. Come on, you think I just wanna know your name. And other than that, man, it's not a whole lot to the song, but it just makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So that worked for your boy. Okay, come on, you think, yeah,
Come
y'all
on,
heard me.
Tayama. Y'all, I love that song also. I almost made it one of my top songs, but then when it kind of flows into the actual verse, it just kind of fell a little flat for me, and the hook just going so ham that, yeah. But either way, I think it's still gonna be about. I think it's gonna get caught on TikTok or something because it's definitely a turn song.
Yes. All right, well, Zay, what's your next fave?
All right, my next fave is Trance. Take a listen to this particular song. It's featuring Camarray and Young Blue. And I definitely feel like it starts off and puts you in a little bit of trance. So check it out.
She's
talking her shit.
Bring him down to his knees, shit. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, little bitch. Pimps down,
This sound like city girls.
She's talking her shit.
I'ma pop my shit. You know I'ma pop my shit. He said, yeah, baby, you done got some ass on you. Either I make it dance, put him in a trance like this. Good frame on me, can't get close. Like shoe coming with a chest. Be a bag on these. Need a Cartier shades with the rolly iced out. And I need it right now. Need baguettes on my wrist.
When she sucked down with the Cartier wrist.
Hey.
Tryna slide on a nigga and I heard you got caught up with the wrist. She a bad bitch, gotta get the best. Fucking on the cloud, got a pilot in the jet. Balenciaga mama in the vet. Tryna slide on a nigga and I heard you got caught up with the wrist.
New shoes, I done Jimmy my shoes. You can't walk like this. You can even talk like this.
So yeah, I really love that the track has this little suspenseful, like trancey feeling to it, and they really play on that. But I also I like this Camarray girl.
She was dope.
I think she definitely went in at first. When she first came in talking her shit, I was like, okay, let's see what you're talking about. You talking about the queen of this and that,
Right.
but let's see what you're talking about. And she came in talking real good, and I love her flow.
Yeah.
I really love her flow on the track. I love Young Blue a lot. I don't know if y'all know him from Your Mind Still. You know that song?
That's
featuring Drake?
him. I knew that young man from somewhere. Where he walked into the wedding place with the woman that take the woman. Yes.
Yeah. So
I love that song.
That jams.
Jams
So yeah.
hard.
So just to get that other side of him, because he really was singing on Your Mind Still, but to hear just him flow and just both of them together, they just came together. They sound dope to me. I also love the ad libs in the background of the hook. They're very subtle, but just added just little moments that I just they captivated me, and I just fell in love with the song. So definitely go back and check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Drop down in the comments.
All right, well, that is Zay's second song. So my next song, number 2, is probably, I don't know. Y'all know I'm a big Sean Don fan. And so when I saw and heard Big Sean, I automatically knew this was probably going to be one of my faves. And of course it was, okay? Now, I don't know where we are going to be in the song when we hit the, when we get the playback, but y'all have to hear Big Sean's verse, okay? Let's take a listen to Warriors.
Every aim at the wrist, now my free low, all in my grip, on the bitch, just doing a damn I kiss. I'm in the last show, respect the new. If in this time we got extra cups, yeah, we hit head, legs, and lips. Check out my drip, everything is rigged. All of this money, I stack it like rings. Yeah, I'm a dodger like I was a pig. He said he moved pounds, but he just I'll be backstage, I'm too lit for the VIP. Just got the crib, I'm with Vito and Strix. Malibu like niggas finally rich. All of these diamonds, I look like a prince. These nigga pussy, they getting exposed. My new girl look like she can right out of Vogue. Pay for her shoes and I'll pay for her toes. I'm so high, I can't go shopping at Lowe's. I'm giving racks in my pockets.
All right, so I would start with one thing, but I'm gonna go ahead since we just heard the line. Although I love this song a whole lot, I have to make fun of, point out a lyric that I just thought was kind of whack. I believe it's Lil Keat, and he says, "I'm so high I can't go shopping at Lowe's." I was like, "Really, sir?" That's what we came up with. That's all you could write in that moment. But anyway, outside of the whack lyric that was right there.
What's whack about that? Why do you think it's whack?
I'm so high, like I'm smoking, I can't go shopping at Lowe's. Like Lowe's isn't low, like low doesn't have anything to do with one another.
Oh, okay.
You think so?
I mean, I just think it, I think it's, I think there's more to it, but,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's dive in.
No, dude.
Lyricist.
Oh, you trying to try me?
Let's go. Dive in. But yeah, I didn't get it. I mean, I got where he was trying to go, but I just thought creatively there was another way to lyrically paint that picture. And so, yeah. Outside of that, like I said, Big Sean killed his verse. He said, I F up the extras. They did everything but catch up, okay? So, in my opinion, just knowing Big Sean, like if you go to like, a little Chick-fil-A or something like that, you might get you a little ketchup, a little Chick-fil-A sauce or something like that. And so he said he effed up all the extras, so all the extra little isms, and then followed up with the next line, they did everything except catch up. Then later on in the song, he said, flesh of my flesh, I'm the young DMX. Like, what? And I don't know. I'm sure the song was recorded before the untimely death of DMX. But flesh of my flesh, I'm the young DMX. Like, that is so hard. If you guys don't know, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood was DMX's, second album? Which was like a major thing because he hit #1 2 times in 1 year, etc., etc. But
2 times in a row.
Yes, sir. So I just thought Big Sean, verse of the album for sure. If we're talking hip hop, I think it was very, very smart for them to put Big Sean on because he murdered. Okay? That's all I have to say about Warriors. Oh, no, it's not. The hook is very, very catchy. The Warrior chant is like very, 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 very clever, and I really rocked with it. So Warrior is my second favorite song.
All right, moving along to my third and final favorite. I went back and forth, honestly, with a lot of these, but this one I felt like just had to make my top 3. My City. So I want y'all to take a listen to My City, featuring YTB Trench and Thug.
Legit gave him a grave, done told that boy to listen. Now they out searching for bodies. Got doctors doing autopsies. In my place to make a statement, but I'm not just anybody. In my place to re-embrace shit, but my heart cold, no so no. I really know niggas who take souls from bodies. We made it known they knew what's up with us. To the point where we ain't speaking, everybody fuck with us. Pulling up the F4 deep, the heat, we gotta tuck us one. Sending shots to my block street, got through it trying to duck and run and re-up on another one. Stop, had to wait and think, remember Pop said not to do. They duck up, get hit, we leave hollows inside of you. Lock, had to coat the stick, I grew up unreliable. They never told me how to move, the one that hit, I'm proud of you. Mama said ain't healthy.
All right, let me just start off by saying YTB Trench is so freaking dope to me.
I agree.
And this song was actually his song before they came out with this remix that they threw on here and added Thug to.
You know what's kind of crazy is, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a woman at first. I was like, oh, but then after a while I was like, okay, I think this is a dude. But yeah, his voice is very, very special.
Yeah, no, it is. But also he was on Pay the Fine. I love his little rap singing he did on that. And also in this, y'all maybe heard one of the things he said. It sounded like he messed up, like his voice cracked, and it did the same thing in the song "Pay the Fine" on this album. But it's almost like that's just what his voice gives. So I was like listening, I was like, ooh, he should have redid that. And I was like, well, wait, no, I'm hearing this whole rasp feel of his voice, and that's the whole vibe of what he gives. So I actually just really love that they just left that raw, real feeling there. And I feel like a lot of cities, what he's talking about is my city, but he's talking about all the stuff that goes down, all the bodies that getting caught,
doctors doing
all this
autopsies.
craziness, and doctors doing autopsies, and just all this craziness that's going on in the city. But I think every city has their own version of what he's talking about, and every city goes through these things. Maybe not your smaller cities as much, but some of your decent sized cities to your large cities, they go through this and they experience this. So I think it's not a surprise that Young Thug jumped on it and related to it, and y'all gotta definitely check out the music video for My City, which is just his version, Thug's not on it, but I just think he's really telling a story and painting the picture for the audience. So
all right, well, My City actually made my top 3 as well. I just love, again, if we're talking about hip hop, I love the art of storytelling, and so I felt this song, out of all of the songs, really, really connected with me on a lyrical level. Although there were a couple flubs that I have to point out again.
Oh Lord, what you pointing out now, Kamar? What's the flub? What is it?
He said, I told niggas to keep it trill, but they don't speak English. I was like,
Bars.
Right, bars. Not. And also even YTB Trench had a little flub as well. And I have to give like some kind of grace because I get where these people are coming from.
Do you?
But I do.
Do you?
But why do you? Do you love him? It's a little count. That's fine for the people. But he said, my heart is cold, no tsunami. And granted, if you're in a tsunami, you're probably gonna be like, it's gonna be wet, and so you might be like cold. But to say your heart is cold and try to relate it to a tsunami really doesn't correlate with being cold by any chance. Like for me, it just doesn't work. But outside of those couple of lyrical flubs, I was like, okay, very, very hard storytelling. I felt everything that they were talking about. And so it worked for me. And again, I have to be honest, when it came time to review this album, I was like, oh God, why Young Thug? This is one of his favorite people, one of his favorite rappers, I should say. And I was just not ready to listen to all this mumble rap and all of this.
But I feel like, to be honest, this isn't a Young Thug album. So
it's not, but he's all over it. He's all over it. And he's keeping it alive.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I just feel like, yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, I wasn't excited about listening to the album, and I have to be very, very honest. Throughout some of the first half of the album, I'll look through the lyrics anyway. But there were even times where I was looking through the lyrics, and I was like, "Oh, that's what he said." Mm-hmm. Like it was like, "Oh no, enunciate, my brother." Okay. And so for me, I just wasn't excited. But some of those songs towards the end, which we'll get into with Sonic Flow, really, really, really worked. And My Story is one of them. So shouts out to YTB French and Thugger on that one. All right?
All right. Well, moving on to honorable mentions. I really did like Reckless featuring Dolly White. So definitely check that one out.
Yes.
Let us know what y'all think about that. Did you have any honorable mentions?
I won't go into honorable mentions because I felt like, I'll just say, like I said, the bottom half of the album was very strong, and I definitely felt it more. And what I will say is, even some of the songs at the top, although my first maybe 2 to 3 listens, I was like, I began to understand why people connect with this music. It is literally like noise, like
melodically driven.
It's melodically driven, and it kind of just, like, let's say you're getting ready for your day and you just need something to kind of an underbed of music. You might not be thinking about what they're saying and lyrically all of what's going on and all that. It's just something to help you feel good. And I started to get why people like these types of artists and this type of album. So it kind of started wearing off on me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
that's what happened to me with Young Thug.
Oh, really?
So when The London came out,
you can meet me at the London.
No, not you can. It's meet me at the London. But
all right.
When that came out, I literally was on my couch under the influence, and all I hear out of nowhere is, "I'ma run a cup round. I supply the cigarettes and bread." And I was like, "Wait, how did this just go there? Like, how did this rapper just do something so creative that's also melodic?" All right, so that wraps up our review. It is time to move on to the grading. Before we get into the grading, again, we do want to stress that you subscribe, comment, like, and share this video with everyone. You can also turn on your notification bells to be alerted when we post new content.
Take me for all
Lord.
I am.
Why?
'Cause I'll never change. All my colors, you see all these colors I have on my shirt for you. Hear that little ism.
All right, so starting off with the vocals as it relates to the grading.
Because I just gave vocals, Drop down in the comments and let me know how you feel about them vocals,
Definitely give him the grade. Rate him on 1 to 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving right along. I think that overall the vocals were good. There's so many artists that you have to grade as far as vocals are concerned.
Absolutely.
And overall, I thought they crew is coming through.
They
with
coming hard. They give me Bad Boy 95. What's good? Not really, but.
So anyway, I gave them a 4.5.
All right, well, I gave them a 4. I thought, again, as I listened to the album over and over and over, I definitely felt that the vocals, and they definitely had some strong vocals. When I say strong, they made you pay attention to what they were saying. And so whether you could understand what they were saying or not is not of the question. We'll talk about that a little bit later with the production. But they were strong. 4 for me.
All right. For lyrics, I think that the lyrics were decent. I don't think that there was anything that was like, wow, that's the biggest bar I've ever heard in my life. They were just lyrics. I mean, they just put them together. I think, again, sometimes I struggle with this style of music because I feel like it's all about a melody and a hook, and it's repetitive words. Mm-hmm. So you're feeling it, and you're repeating these words. But how do you get more creative to where you don't have to have all these repetitive words? So with that being said, I gave a grade or a grade of, it's not technically a grade, but a score of 3.75 for the lyrics.
We couldn't figure it out like they couldn't figure out some of the lyrics. For me, the lyrics, I gave a 2.75. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a huge fan of mumble rap. Like I said, there were some times where I was reading the lyrics and still couldn't understand what they were saying or understand where they were trying to go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I pointed out some of the flubs that I felt Young Thug and all of the other artists really gave us, and so for me that didn't quite work, but there's plenty of opportunity for growth as it pertains to lyrics. So 2.75 for me. It wasn't strong.
All right, moving on to production. I thought that the production was very strong.
Liddy.
I think that I love rap in general when you mix guitars and when you mix flutes and all these different sounds together. So I felt like there were one of the songs towards the end actually had more of this classical feel to it, and this trap beat on top of it. And I just love when you mix those things together. And I think you have to be very creative when you're coming up and creating those tracks more so. So yeah, I actually gave a 4.5 for production.
All right, for production, I gave a 4.25. And there was a song, it's titled GFU. I think it's Get Fucked Up. And Get fucked up. It sounded so amateur, and that's why I really knocked them down. And it just, like, the vocal of it all just sounded like they might have recorded it from they
garage. They use GarageBand.
It sounded like they use an old Android, Samsung. Osha, what's the phone you used to have?
Android.
But what was it? You had a Samsung.
Galaxy.
Yes, they used the Samsung Galaxy 2, a little one of them. They used one of them to record the Get Fucked Up for the backgrounds. And I was like, this is trash. Y'all should have been in the studio or something. But musically, as far as production is concerned, I thought that they were very, very strong. Like Zay said, a lot of different instrumentation, a lot of different instruments. So for me, 4.25. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right, sonic flow. I think the album flowed well overall. At the beginning, I did feel like it was a little bit more Young Thug, Gunna, Travis Scott, that whole feel of what we've already heard. And then I did feel like it transitioned into things that felt a little unique, new. We heard different voices, different people, and all of that. So yeah, I actually gave a 4 for the sonic flow of the album.
All right, so for sonic flow, I gave a 4 as well. I thought like I said, as I continued to listen to the album, I definitely started to get into some of the songs at the beginning. As they said, some of those songs at the end were really, really special, and I wish there was more of that to really showcase the artists the artists that are on YSL's label. And the only other reason I gave it a 4 was I thought it was very, very, very extremely long, and it was hard to sit through 23 songs all in one sitting and to really digest everything that was going on.
They had to get all 21 artists on it.
True. But yeah, it was just a lot. It was a lot. So for me, sonic flow, I could have maybe took a little bit off the top and given me a little bit more on the bottom, and it would have worked a little better for me.
All right, so when we average all of those scores up, we end up with an average of a 3.96.
Yes, sir.
Which gives us a percentage of
79%, which gives us a grade of, drum roll, please, A C plus.
A C plus.
C plus. I thought that was pretty darn good for them. As we said, we think that the artists on the label are very talented. For me, I just wanted to hear more of them and less of Young Thug because I'm not a fan. But Zay,
I think I love the album in general. Overall, I love it. I think I would definitely listen to it again. What I will say is that when we do the music report card, we're grading on all these different components, and that's what makes it a little tricky, is because we have a template of what we're looking for when we grade these albums. So regardless of them getting C plus, I still think it's a great album. I think it was well done, especially having so many different people on there and still being able to make it flow how it flowed. Very well done in my opinion, but C plus is what it is when we look at it from the skeletal system.
Right. But make sure you guys drop down
Skeletal
in the
view.
Yes.
System.
View.
Skeletal system.
Yes. That all of that.
Honey, when I'm above the trees, I see it for what it is. It's Taylor Swift. I'm still on her in 2021.
He's such an upstager. I had to give Whitney Houston, and y'all know Taylor Swift surpassed Whitney Houston for having the most Hot 100 entries on the Billboard charts.
I could believe it.
Crazy. But y'all see how I sang Whitney and he wanted to upstage me and give a little Taylor. But make sure y'all drop down in the comments. Let us know what you feel about YSL's new album, Slime Language 2. Are we out of our minds? Are y'all the biggest fans out there? Let us know. Drop down in the comments and let us know how you feel. Make sure you also subscribe to the Music Report Card, baby. We've got a lot of amazing stuff coming your way. And last but not least, don't be afraid to hit this video with a like. Until the next time, I am your boy Camarray.
And I'm Zaiah.
Talk to y'all next time.
Peace out.